In this video, I'm going to be telling you why you don't feel that much hype towards Rust console. We have got a huge update coming to the main branch. We have new weapons, we have new attachments, we have new miscellaneous items such as the flashbang. We have a lot to look forward to, as well as mill tunnels, a brand new monument, as well as 3.5k maps. It's a huge update, but there's very little hype. So as I said in my previous video, whenever there was a new update coming to the game, everybody would jump on the PTB. And obviously because we have community servers now, the community is widespread and we're not as close-knit as we once were. Pretty much kind of how PC is. And there's a big reason as to why we're not always hyped for these new updates. Yes, there's a load of things that the community wants to happen, such as a new gen only version, which would then in result to drop in last gen, as well as fizzling out all the cheaters. R6, if you do not know, have basically done with their mousetrap. It's absolutely genius, and if it works, then hell, it's going to be a perfect running game. And we really need D11 to kind of give us something to hold on to for us legit players that's still worth playing this game. Otherwise, there's no point either playing it or resulting into what everyone else is doing, and that's investing in these devices. A huge thing within Rust console is gameplay. Gameplay, content, two huge things that we value on this game. It's why a lot of these updates we played until we got bored of them within the first week, because we had put so much time into them. Two that I can just remember off the top of my head: Powersurge and Oil Rig, just to name two. And there's a lot of ideas floating around, not just from myself, however from people on Twitter, you guys on YouTube, and that is to make an update that PC does not have. Now, I've said in the past about the recoil changing in D11 making their own recoil, but this is straying away from that. We're talking monuments. What if D11 made their own monument? And this will be a challenge for them due to, if anybody doesn't know right now, that D11 basically ported the game from PC onto console. They didn't basically make anything from scratch. Now, when you think about it, within the roadmap that we had from D11 a couple weeks ago now, we've got our next update in May, which is just after mill tunnels. So that's 2 months of waiting for the next update, because I don't think military tunnels will hit that hard with the community. But the next update we have is basically 2 months from February. So we have 2 months of playing military tunnels, getting used to the new weapons and everything in between until Underwater Labs hits the game. How long do you reckon it would take for them to create their own monument? Because when you think about it, realistically, when everyone's in the kind of Rust scene, they absorb all the content from PC, such as Blueprint, Stevie, Tacular, Wally 1K, all those sort of YouTubers. You absorb the content that hasn't even hit console yet, and you're familiarizing yourself already. And this could go one of two ways. You have experience and you know how to run that monument, so right off the bat you can just go do it, or you already know it and there's not much hype around it because you already know the ins and outs of it. What would be cool is if we got a fresh take on a monument from D11 themselves, adding something in that's just from them, something unique, something we've never seen before, something the PC community have never seen before. Again, this would be something that ups the player population because we've never seen it before. We're all invested. We're like, okay, we want to play this update because we've never played it or never even seen it on the PC. Because the updates that we've been pretty much getting are the kind of updates where everyone's like, oh, we just need to get these updates and the game will be great. And now we've got these updates and the game's kind of in a rocky situation now, and we're kind of like, how did it get to this point? We were waiting for all these updates to come and now they have, and it's kind of like, I'm either bored or the game just doesn't hit the same. And of course you do get the flip of the coin of if people like where Rust is at right now or they don't like. I just think in terms of making the game more unique and kind of stand out there and not just a direct copy and paste of the Rust on PC, having a new monument would be great. But again, I don't really see them doing a new monument on optimizing both of the gens, due to it could be a huge thing for them and a huge task because they're not that well staffed, as if I'm right in thinking that. It's not a huge team that is working on Rust console. So for whatever they're doing right now, of course it's taking a bit of time. However, it's not the hardest thing to do compared to designing and creating your own monument. I really do hope D11 do something that is kind of just from them. You could easily say, yeah, but we've got the skins. The skins only go so far. I don't invest in the skins personally, so it kind of may not appeal to me, and whilst it may appeal to you, that's fine. Obviously we can have a debate about it, but I don't think the skins are the greatest either. It would just be nice to kind of load up a trailer from Double 11 and it's like a new monument that isn't seen on PC, that has never been covered, that's not even got an inch of content on any platforms, So it's brand new for us to play. It gets us intrigued. When you've already seen PC players play it, you're kind of like, well, you kind of been there, done that sort of thing. And whilst at the start of playing Rust console, you're like, well, it didn't really faze me. It might faze you now because you played it for so long. But also, R6 fizzling out cheaters is something great to see from a game developer, because we know Sony and Microsoft may not be probably doing the best of job here in terms of banning these devices. But Ubisoft are doing a damn well job in trying to keep up with it and actually trying to keep their game alive, because we all know Jinxie is one of the only people that is keeping that game alive. And right now it seems like Rust console's kind of hanging on a thread. I know people are like, oh, there's still loads of people that play it, this and that, but it feels so disjointed. Like the community, I remember live streaming on TikTok, you'd go into the aim trains and everyone would be queuing up, wanting to play. Now, because of all these servers that we have, it just feels as if, you know, the community isn't quite connected as it used to be. I, for one, see so many teams that just aren't connected or aren't talking back and forth about what server they want to play in. Like the comp scene, like I don't even hear about the comp scene much anymore, and I didn't really keep up with it in the first place. It just would not be the best thing to see this game kind of go to shit, especially in its 3rd year tenure. But what do you think? Do you think Double 11 need to release something that is unique to them, that is something they have thought of? Because yes, porting the game from PC is good, it gives us content. However, if we're waiting 2 months in between 2 or 3 updates within a year, I don't know, it feels like the content isn't quite there. And especially when you watch it on PC, you're already familiarized with what's going to come, so it's not much of a surprise. Leave your comment down below, let's have a discussion about this. Leave a like on the video if you did in fact enjoy, or you kind of felt some type of way. I kind of challenge you to think, yeah, I do agree, or no, I disagree. If that's the case, be sure to leave a comment. Subscribe if you're new around here. As always, I'll see you in the next one.